If I can only keep one fragrance for life from each of these 10 designer brands, which one will it be and why? Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today, like I said, I'm going to be picking only one fragrance that I want to keep for life from 10 of these master designer brands. Now, I do realize that there are more than 10 different master designer brands out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this video into two parts, 10 brands in each part, and if this first part does well, the second video will be released sometime next month. So without further ado, let's get into our first brand, and the first brand we have the house of Armani. Now, I decided to combine Giorgio and Emporio into just Armani. I don't know why, just my thought process made it that way. So that's what I'm gonna roll with. And from this house, I picked this fragrance right here, this sweet tonka bean heaven. This one is Armani Code Profumo. Now, say what you want about this fragrance, but it is one of my most complimented fragrances of all time. Same with the original Armani Code. I wore the original throughout college and it got me very good reaction, especially when I'm going out to the bars, I'm dancing with a lot of people. That fragrance is just amazing. Now, Code Profumo version, sweeter, stronger, but definitely is living up to the legacy of the original. This one gives me very good reaction as well. I use it in the same type of situation, the bars, the outdoors, any types of nights out situation. This is in my rotation for those, and it works perfectly. I love the scent so much. I love the DNA of Code, and this is, to me, if I can only keep one from the house of Armani, this is it, man. Armani Code Profumo. Next brand, we're gonna kind of go in alphabetical order here, and next brand is BVLGARI, and there's only one BVLGARI for me that's worth it right now more than any other BVLGARI, and this one is BVLGARI's AQVA AMARA. You guys know how much I love this fragrance. You guys know how much I love this fragrance. This is an amazing citrus marine bomb. This is the only bottle that I have backup bottles of. I actually have two backup 100 ml bottles of Amara upstairs because I know that this one is rumored to be discontinued for a while. I think it is discontinued, but you can still find a bunch of this fragrance out there on the market right now. It might be expensive in the future, so that's why I bought backup bottles, but this is such a beautiful masterpiece from the house of BVLGARI. I remember the first time I smelled this scent. That was before I was even into fragrances. I think it was sometime in 2012 or 2011. I was at duty free in Taiwan. I picked up this because the bottle looks kind of cool. I smelled it and I was like, oh my god, this is the most unique scent in the world. And fast forward 6-7 years later, I still think the same exact way. This is one of the most unique designer fragrance offering out there. God, so beautiful, so strong, gets me really good compliments at work. I used to work at a school up in Alaska. This has gotten me a lot of compliments at work for sure. So definitely really enjoy this one. BVLGARI's AQVA AMARA. Grab one for yourself before the price gets jacked up like crazy. Moving on now, we have the master house of Chanel. Now, there's loads of Chanel to pick from. For men, there's Egoist line, there's the Blue line, there's the Allure line, and then the Allure line, there's Edition Blanche, there's Eau Extreme. There's just a lot of Chanel fragrances to pick from. A lot of those are masterpiece, but I decided to go with the one that I wear the most. And this one, a lot of you guys already know it. Allure Sport Eau Extreme. I cannot live without this fragrance. If you ask me right now, Timmy, what is one fragrance you cannot live without? Even if someone point a gun to your head, you would rather spray this and die than to not ever spray this ever again. That answer would be Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. It's such a beautiful scent. Maybe that gun to the head thing is a little bit extreme, but you guys get my feeling for this one. It's really a masterpiece. My favorite, actually one of my most complimented designer fragrances of all time. It's just the best. Minty tonka bean, come on, there's no better combination than that. Tonka bean is usually a very rich note, a very winter heavy note, but this one, with the addition of the mint and the fresh note, makes this an all year round tonka bean fragrance. And for me, as a gourmand lover, as a winter fragrance note lover, this is a gem. If I can wear a winter note all year round, hey, I'll take it any day of the week, man. Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, must have from the house of Chanel. If you have not tried it, please go do it. You are living under a rock or something. This is a must try gem. So, alright, that's enough said for Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. My pick from Chanel. Next one is another master house. This one is Dior, and this one was kind of a hard choice for me. It's really a toss-up between the Sauvage line and the Dior Homme line, right? Which one am I gonna go for, and which one of the fragrances that I would pick from those line? And I'm so sad. I was really sad when I had to pick this because I realized for sure that the one I wanted to pick was not the one that is the best. I'm talking about the Dior Sauvage line, the Sauvage and the Sauvage EDP. I didn't pick those one, guys, and the reason why is that they will soon become the 1 million. They will soon become the Le Male. And if I want to keep only one fragrance for life from Dior, I don't want to keep the one that will become too overused and too associated with being a generic man. So I decided to go with the Dior Homme line, and I went with this gem right here, Dior Homme Parfum. I don't praise a lot of iris fragrance, but I will praise this one. This one is amazing. The iris in this really takes a back seat, and what is very strong and prominent in this is a very strong note of leather of all notes in the Dior fragrance. Man, and it's done so beautifully. Gone are the lipsticky iris that was in Dior Homme and Dior Homme Intense, and in come the manly, super seductive note of leather in this fragrance. I absolutely love this fragrance. I don't know why it took me so long to grab a bottle. I'm glad I finally did because the price here in North America is shooting up like a rocket. It's getting so expensive now. I saw it on eBay for $190 now, which I'm glad I didn't get it at that price. I got it much cheaper. So if you're in North America and you like Dior Homme Parfum, you think it's as amazing as I think it is, find a bottle now before it gets to $200 or $300 or something overpriced like that, because you know as well as I do that that's how discontinued fragrance work. The price gets jacked up over time, so grab a bottle while you can. The best from Dior in my personal opinion, and the only one from their house right now that is a must-have, Dior Homme Parfum. Alright guys, moving on, we have the house of Prada, and this one to me is fairly an obvious choice. I think most of you guys would pick this one or the intense version of this one, and this fragrance is Prada L'Homme. And yes, before you guys flame me, I've tried everything from Prada that is out on the market right now. All the soapy fragrance, the Prada L'Homme Intense, the Prada L'Homme Low, and I always gravitate back to Prada L'Homme Original. This one is just so good. Office iris fragrance. Smells very similar to Dior Homme Eau, but much more sparkly, much more refreshing than Dior Homme Eau, and to me a way more modern and mass appealing version of that DNA. So if I were to pick from the house of Prada, this is definitely a no-brainer. You can wear this year-round in the office, indoors, because of course indoors you don't have to worry about temperature or weather or anything like that. Compliments is good on this one. It's not amazing. It doesn't get me a lot of amazing compliments like say fragrances like AMARA does, but it still gets really good compliments in the office. It's very inoffensive. You're gonna find no one that dislikes this fragrance of you because it just smells very sophisticated, professional, and luxurious. Okay, if you like that vibe, go for Prada L'Homme. And of course, again, one fragrance for life, the house of Prada. Prada L'Homme. Next one, we have the house of Tom Ford, and of course I have to pick one from their designer line since this is a designer list, and I'm going for Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Now this was a hard house to pick from, guys. There's Tom Ford Grey Vetiver and Tom Ford's Black Orchid, which is one I heavily consider because it's so creative, and I'm a niche lover, so I really gravitated towards that one. But in the end, I had to pick the most practical one while still having some creativity, and that's why Tom Ford Noir Extreme was the winner. Black Orchid, very creative, but to me not that wearable. Grey Vetiver, very safe fragrance, but to me not super inspiring. This one plays right in the middle, sort of wearable, sort of creative, but overall amazing scent. Tom Ford, you make some of the best fragrances in the world, but why, oh why, do you have to be so damn expensive? Yeah guys, Tom Ford, one of the best fragrance house of all time right now in the designer and the niche world. The only thing is they are very expensive, but if I had to pick only one from the house, Tom Ford Noir Extreme definitely takes the cake. Like I said, creative yet practical. Love this scent. Try it out if you haven't yet. Moving on, we have another very tough house to pick from. There's loads of selection from this one, and I really had to dumb it down. And guys, I think I picked the best, the winner from this house. And the next house that we're gonna talk about is Yves Saint Laurent, YSL that is. And the fragrance that I pick is La Nuit de l'Homme L'Intense. Yes, the L'Intense version, the Iris version, the fall and winter version of La Nuit de l'Homme, whatever you want to call it. This is an amazing scent. I love the smell of this so much. It's one of those fragrances that when I start to smell it, I really cannot stop. Oh, that is just so wonderful. Iris version of La Nuit de l'Homme, more cozy, more warm, but equally as seductive and inviting. This fragrance is a masterpiece from YSL, and I really had to pick this one out of the rough, guys. There's so many YSL selections that are good. There's L'Homme that's very nice, L'Homme Ultra Drum as well, La Nuit de l'Homme the original, La Nuit de l'Homme Frozen Cologne. Those are all very great fragrances, but to me, the one that screams creativity and the one that screams the most class is La Nuit de l'Homme L'Intense. This is my pick, and it is the undeniable champion from YSL in my personal opinion. If I can only keep one for life from this house, it is La Nuit de l'Homme L'Intense. Next house, we have the house of Valentino, and again, another fairly obvious choice because there's not a lot to pick from Valentino if we're both being very honest with each other. And this one is Valentino UOMO Intense. Now I don't have to say anything about this scent. You guys all know it is a mass appealing version of DIOR Intense, more loosen up, more sweet, more heavy on the tonka bean, less on the iris, and with a soft leather background to kind of round out the fragrance. Amazing fragrance. To me, this is a masterpiece, must have for any winter time at all. It just smells amazing. If you're going to a high class event, if you're dressed up really nice, you're going to a really nice restaurant with your date or something like that, this is one that I highly recommend you wear. Not the best for first date, but the best if you're going for a special event like anniversary and such, maybe even a wedding scent. This is an amazing choice. So Valentino UOMO Intense, my pick from the house of Valentino. Last house we have, of course, the house of VIKTOR and ROLF, and this one was a toss-up between only two fragrances for me, SPICEBOMB or SPICEBOMB Extreme. Now SPICEBOMB, to me, I have to say first, I have loads of stories with that one. One of my most complimented designer fragrances as well, and also the fragrance that I complimented other people on the most, that is the original SPICEBOMB. SPICEBOMB Extreme, on the other hand, is my newfound love. On scent, I love SPICEBOMB Extreme more, but again, on story, I don't have enough experience with SPICEBOMB Extreme yet to compare to original SPICEBOMB. So again, this was a very hard decision, but ultimately I had to go with the one that I see me wearing the most in the future, and that one is SPICEBOMB Extreme version. I don't own a lot of staple must-have winter fragrance for designer, but if I were to pick a few, Valentino UOMO Intense is one, and also SPICEBOMB Extreme is the other one. Wow. Did I say enough wow for you guys yet? Let's add one more for the cake. Wow. Very spicy vanilla tobacco fragrance. None in the designer world beats this one with that kind of DNA. When it comes to cozy, warm DNA, there's just no beating this one. This is the champion, the undisputed. I don't think there's even a number 2 or number 3. If this fragrance can take more than one spot, it would take all 3 spots of the top 3 for winter fragrance. This is just so good when it comes to cozy, warm cuddle or outdoor scent. I just can't believe I waited this long to grab myself a bottle. I kick myself in the head every time I think about that mistake. So guys, don't make the same mistake I did. Grab yourself a bottle of this now, or at least put your nose on it right now. Put it on skin, give it a few wearings, and see the magic happens with this scent and its strong CR. So guys, my pick from the house of VIKTOR and ROLF, if I can only keep one for life, SPICEBOMB Extreme. Alright guys, that's it for this video today. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And to make it very easy for you guys, I left a copy and paste template in my comment down in the comment section below. You guys can copy and paste the names of these 10 brands and fill in the blanks on which fragrances that you would pick for that brand if you can only keep one. Okay, let's make this a thing. I'm gonna do a very nice voting video coming next month if I get enough entries, so please participate down in the comment section below. Copy and paste the template, put in your 10 choices, and we're gonna have a good time come this Christmas time. Alright, so with that said guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and bye.